Okay, so the last thing I was saying was about the grids and guides. You can actually specify exactly where you want by entering it in the X or Y coordinates. So depending on whether you have a horizontal guide or a vertical guide, you would enter it in either the X or Y coordinate. Because this is a horizontal guide, then there's only the Y coordinate available. And I placed it exactly, let's see, in the 5.5 because um, that way it's exactly in the center. And here, let me move it again. And then I can again enter 5.5 because that's half of 11 inches. Remember to specify in inches or px, no, p for pikas, pt for points, whatever you're entering, so that regardless of whether your document is set up either in points or in inches, it will know. um, because, for example, if your document is set up in points and you enter 5, it's not going to move very far because points are much smaller than inches. And if, for example, you want to change your rulers on the fly, you can actually hit Control or right-click your ruler here and change it. So you've got points, pikas, inches, and I want to keep mine in inches because that's kind of how my mind thinks. I might change it to points if I am zooming in on some type and I want to make sure that it's in the right place. So that's the only time I might change it to points. Or if my document's really, really small, I might change it to points. But it's nice because you can just right click and change it at any given time. So here, let me change it for you so you can see. Now we're working in points. And you have to remember to change both the top ruler and the left-hand ruler because they don't change automatically. They're each like separate individual rulers. So I'm going to change it back to inches. Inches. Okay. And then I want to draw a rectangle. And I think this time I'm going to fill it with black so that you can see it a little better. Fill with registration or black. Okay, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so I wanted to show you how the X and Y coordinates work with something that has multiple sides to it because with a guide it's pretty straightforward. It goes all the way across the document. It only has one, either the X or Y coordinate. Like if I drew a vertical guide, it would have only the X coordinate. It tells you that it's at 2.42 inches. If I wanted it 2.5 exactly, I could enter 2.5 inches and hit enter. But yeah, that way I can draw two guides and align my object to it exactly. And it kind of pops into place because right now, if you look under view, under grids and guides, I have the snap to guides option checked. And so that's what that does. It's almost like the guides are magnetized and it just, like it says, snaps into place. Well, as long as you get it close enough. And so anyway, but I wanted to show you how the coordinate system works for a object that has multiple sides. Where is the reference point for the X and Y? Now in this case, you have to look on the left in this this little proxy. It's called a proxy, and it's basically tells you where the reference point is in approximation to the object. So in this case, the proxy is at the center. So that means 4.25 by with y is 3.68 inches is exactly right here in the center of the object. Now, if I wanted to measure it to this bottom coordinate, I can click on that in the proxy, the corner, the bottom left corner in the proxy, and now the reference point is telling you exactly where this one is here. And if I even click on it, it tells me again. It says 3.6. Oh no, that's telling me the width and height. Huh. Okay, the width and height is right next to it. So if I wanted to change the width and height of that box, so for example, if I wanted to make it 2 by 2, I can hit 2 inches and then hit tab and then do 2 inches, specify IN, hit enter, and now it's shrunk down to 2 by 2. And I think it's still, the proxy should still be the same, 2.5 by 5.5, because it's the same reference point. Let's see, and then snapping to the okay, so what else did I need to show you? Oh yes, to get back to project 4, I wanted to see if we could figure out a couple of these, and then I'll let you guys do the rest on your own because I think you'll be able to get it. So we have to look here at the rulers and the proxy to know where the X and Y coordinates are. So right now we can see that the proxy, the reference point in the proxy is the top left, which means this corner here. So if you look along the rulers, it looks like the X coordinate, which would be the top ruler, the horizontal ruler would be 1 inch. Okay, so you'd write 1 inch here. And then for the Y, it looks like it's at exactly half an inch. So then you write 0.5 inches. It's pretty easy, actually, this project. I think you'll breeze through it. So I will stop here and then continue with the next project.